They don't want to give it to Jokic, and they won't if they can. So, Khabib ducked Tony Ferguson. Tony pulled out twice against him as well, but I do agree. Yeah, Khabib was known to pull out against anyone with a good jiu-jitsu game off of their back on his come up. Like, if yes or no, chat, if Khabib fought Ferguson the first 2 times it was scheduled, he loses. If he fought Ferguson the last 3 times, he wins. I think that's my personal take on it. If he fought him the first 2 times back when Khabib was a lot younger and Ferguson was in his peak of damage and nastiness, I think he would have lost. But the last 3, Khabib's game massively improved, and nobody talks about it enough. His game massively improved when he came back after that long layoff. He healed up from injuries. I think he got rid of a few injuries that were bothering him for a long time, and zoned in his weight cut, nutritionist, shit like that. And he got way better. He hit a new level. Thank you for the $5, Bruce Wayne. What if Khabib fought for 3 more years, fighting the likes of Chandler, Oliveira, Islam, and Volkanovski? He would have lost to one of these guys. He would have lost to one of these guys. Would he have lost? Yeah, he would have. One of them would have beaten him. I honestly believe, chat, and I'm saying this right now, Oliveira finishes Khabib in round 1. And I don't think that's a far-fetched take. Style-wise, Khabib would not be able to pressure him safely without getting decked. And I don't think Khabib's grappling is going to be positionally sound enough and safe enough like Makhachev's was to avoid being subbed in round 1. I really think Oliveira would have beaten Khabib. But that's my take. I think Makhachev is a lot better to deal with Oliveira than Khabib is. And I think Khabib is a lot better to deal with Gaethje than Makhachev is. But they have different styles. I really think Oliveira would have beaten Khabib, and I stand by that. Thank you for the 20 Swedish krona, Eric Cartman. I appreciate it. Could Cody fluke his way back to a title? He could fluke his way back to a title, yes. He really could. No, I don't think he could fluke his way back to a title. But he has a shot. Like, I personally believe, chat, and here's another hot take. I think Garbrandt could beat Merab. Am I dumb? I really think he's actually got an underrated shot against Merab, you know. Cody Garbrandt is wicked in his takedown defense. Wicked. Really quick, really quickly shuts down entries, and he's got a wicked set of boxing on the inside with left hooks. Maybe not. Maybe it would be difficult, and I would pick Merab to win. But I think Garbrandt would be a live underdog in that matchup, you know. I really do think he'd be a live underdog. I could see Cody catching him, yeah. I could see it. But I would pick Merab, but he's a live dog against a certain few matchups at bantamweight, you know. He really is. If he's patient, he's a live dog against quite a few of them. But I would go Merab. I would go Merab. It's not that delusional of a take, chat. You got to think that styles make fights sometimes. He would be a live... Like, if he was a massive underdog against Merab, I would, like... If I was betting, I would maybe consider a bit of money on him. Have you heard any of the alleged stories about Matt Hughes being a shitbag? At the best, all fights should be competitive, right? We want to see adversity, which is why Nickel gets shit. Yeah, but I'm going to say a hot take right now again, chat, because I'm full of hot takes today, and I'm loving the hot takes that I'm making. As much as Bo Nickel gets shit, he's got a very unpadded record so far in his MMA career. I absolutely agree that they're slowballing him in the UFC, but he has a very unpadded record for an MMA fighter that's 5-0. Just saying it how it is. He fought an 0-0 guy in his debut and then immediately fought a 3-0 opponent, then a 7-1 opponent, 13-8 Jamie Pickett, and then 7-0 Val Woodburn. That is a good ratio of the first 5 fights of a career. You know what I mean? It is. I know within the UFC is being slow-rolled massively. I completely get it. But you know what I'm also going to say, chat? Khamzat Chimaev was slow-rolled in the UFC for his first few fights. People are angry that Bo Nickel has been given Jamie Pickett and Val Woodburn in his first 2 fights. Khamzat Chimaev got Reese McKee and John fucking Phillips. And everyone acts like Chimaev, dude, Bo Nickel being babied by the UFC. They're similar level opponents. They're really similar level opponents, honestly. You know? I know he fought them on short notice. I know that. But still, you know? I know compared to Khabib's first five, Bo Nickel clears. Khabib's literally fighting people paid to lose to him. Half his record shouldn't exist. Khabib, I swear to God, chat, yes or no, Khabib's record should be 16-0. Thank you for the $5. If the UFC is the best fighters and the best fight the best, all fights should be competitive, right? I've already read it. I think if a fighter gets eye poked and the ref says no, keep fighting, they should honestly eye poke back because then it'll get stopped and it'll be even. True. Thank you for the fight, but it could be seen as intentional and then the ref could have an ego trip and take a point away from him. Definitely done some videos like designed it, man. That's cool. What's up, dude? I didn't know it was you, both of them. That's amazing regarding Ariel. Congrats. Well done. Thank you, dude. Schooled him. Schooled that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Put him in the fucking dirt. Impression of Anik explaining to Jabli what the... Okay, gee, no, I can't say that word. In the UK, that's a slur. Thank you for the $5. I swear if Chandler fought with any brain cells, he would have beaten Dustin, based or nah. Yeah, he would have. He would have beaten Chat. He would have beaten Gaethje as well. If he locked in the third round, I reckon he could have beaten Gaethje because he was doing great work with body shots in the third. Really good work with body shots in the third. But then for no reason, he started walking towards Gaethje with his hands by his waist and didn't do anything in terms of punching or kicking, but somehow had energy for 2 tornado kicks. He is a retard. And I mean that with chest about Chandler. He is dumb, thick as shit. Thank you for the $2. Bo Nickel being on the main card still annoys me. Okay. I have a theory that they did it so people would actually talk about his matchup. Because I'll be honest with you guys, if Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage was in the early prelims, not a single person would have mentioned that fucking matchup in the build-up of this card whatsoever. The fact that they've incorrectly put it on the main card has got so many people talking about the matchup. It might be a bit like that, where they knew it would piss off the fan base, and therefore it's now garnered a bit of attention, where people are now going to be like, all right, Bo, you better fucking perform, though. You know what I mean? Now they're going to be like that. And I bet you, if Bo Nickel gets a highlight reel KO and some people on the prelims don't, top comment on Instagram, and people were like, why should this be on the main card? You know that's how this game works. You know that's how this game works. And that's annoying that they will do that, but that's what they will do. I can't believe people were angry about this being on the main card if he like highlight reel finishes Cody Brundage. Terrence, impression of Joseph Benavidez losing to Figure. He actually gave an aerial scream. I'll leave you with 70% body fat, like Piggy. Botched. All right. Next 10 years, it's possible you were on the MMA Hour. I don't want to be on the MMA Hour. Fuck that show. I will engulf that show.